So yesterday, it was December 1st, and I was driving back with Diane and Donna back from the lake home up in central Wisconsin, and it was Thanksgiving weekend, and it was just a nice weekend just to be able to not only watch football and just reflect on the Thanksgiving and everything, but outside it was the beginning of what really looked like winter, and then as we're driving back, and the traffic actually was pretty light, so we took the back way back, and it wasn't that bad, which we were a little surprised about, but it began to start snowing, and that, along with Diane having all the Hallmark on XM Sirius radio, she had nonstop Christmas music playing, and so and it was interesting because even in my mind, I'm going back and forth because I could be listening to a podcast right now, I could be listening to a football game or something like that, but it's December 1st, beginning of the holiday season, and so I'm gonna listen to 2.5-3 hours of Christmas music, and it was interesting as I was listening to those songs and reflecting on the songs, because I love I'm an individual who loves the lyrics, right? So I love listening to the story that the singer is telling when they're singing their song. And obviously some of the songs may have a little bit more, but even like Rudolph, the Red-Nosed Reindeer, I knew this, but I didn't realize that Rudolph was being bullied because he had a red nose that he couldn't control anything about, and then he becomes a hero because Santa needs him to guide his sleigh on a foggy night, and so he goes down in history that way, right? And so all these different songs, as I'm listening to them, reminded me of when I was a little kid in my parents' home, and other songs remind me of when I was a young adult or teenager, and different things that were going on, and what may have been going on that time. And then, of course, the majority of my adult life has been with Diane over the last 27 years, and so certain songs then remind me of that. I mean, there was a song about silver and gold, and that's an older song, and I'm not Burl Ives, I think, was the one singing that song, but this idea about gifts being primarily silver and gold, but the underlying theme was about this idea that they are not necessarily the gifts that make a difference. They're not necessarily the gifts from the heart, and that these gifts from the heart are gifts that are made by someone that they're just a little bit more special. At least that's how I took that song of silver and gold. And then came a song that I hadn't heard for a while, and it was a song that was done by Amy Grant, and it was my grown-up, I think it's called My Grown-Up Christmas List, and she didn't write it, she had redone it, and it's been done by numerous individuals. As I'm listening to that song about, in this particular case, a mom singing, telling a story that as she's all grown up now, and her wishes have changed. She's singing about her daughter or son, and now her wishes are different. They're not for a particular toy or some particular personal gift, but now the gifts or the wishes that she's hoping is for world peace, or maybe wars that never got started. So I pulled up the lyrics, and so here's my lifelong wish, my grown-up Christmas list, not for myself, but for a world in need. No more lives torn apart, then wars would never start. Time would heal all hearts, and everyone would have a friend, and right would always win, and love would never end. This is my grown-up Christmas list. As children, we believed the greatest sight to see was something lovely wrapped beneath the tree. While heaven surely knows that packages and bows can never heal a hurting human soul. No more lives torn apart, and wars would never start, and time will heal all hearts. So I thought about that, and I thought, what if for this particular Christmas season, this month of December, what if we wished for something different? What if we wished to make a difference? What if we were going to give someone a gift, that it was a gift that wasn't just to be opened on December 24th or 25th, but it was a gift that make a difference in the upcoming year, and be able to go through the upcoming year? What if during this time period of hustle and bustling and trying to get to all these different places, that we did that little thing for someone that may need something, someone who's struggling, or someone who's suffering, or someone that just needs the door open for them? Or if you're at a restaurant, ask what the waitress name is and be able to talk with that person as if not only is that person doing a job, but that person is an opportunity to have a conversation. What if that during this month that we have the mind and the heart, that we're intentional about being life-giving, and about being able to give life, give hope, give light to someone, because we won't know if they're in that darkness or not. And maybe that gift will come back to us as we shine our light for someone else. It will also allow our light to burn even brighter. I know for me that in the next few weeks, that's one of the things that I'm going to focus on during this month of December, as we're leading into Christmas Day and the end of this year. Thank you very much. Look forward to being with you next week.